So we're here at the rental. That was supposed to happen yesterday, but got rained out. Luckily, we got it moved to today, so we'll see how the Corvette does. I'm the only LS car here. Maybe this thing has like a 4.8 or a 5.3. So it just made a path. You know, it went 10 forward, 135, shifting 1 to 2, 1,000 RPM early, and 2 to 3 was about 600 RPM early. So, you know, we're gonna write a new tune. We're gonna write a new tune and try this again. I did a little bit of dabbling on the computer and whatnot, changing stuffs. So we'll see if this little thing can get down. So I'm editing the video from the tractor the other day. I realized, like I said in the video, probably, I'm stupid. So my one GoPro was set on camera mode, like pictures. So we got some pictures. I didn't take any recordings with this GoPro. So yeah. My bad, guys. I'm stupid sometimes. So, self-reflection. This car is pissing me off. I don't understand how it's lighter with more power in the same weather condition with a better track and better tires. It is slower. I have more mile per hour, but the 60 foot slower, the 1/8 mile is slower, almost 2/10 slower to the 1/8. I don't get it. So we made 4 passes so far, and I'm feeling like every step we take forward, we're going backwards. So I'm trying to figure this all out. I don't get it right now. You know, sometimes things that are supposed to make it faster go slower. But that's what you get for trying stuff out. But I'm about to change up the tune a little bit and try something else. It's a fucking bracket racer if I keep hitting limp mode in second gear. I did 11.67, now I did 11.66. Fuck this car. Why am I so stupid? I hate this car. I hate cars. This is stupid. And we're done for the day. I'm over it. Car pisses me off, but that's racing. Alright guys, so I'm editing the video now. And like I said, I'm stupid sometimes. I'm sure if you're a car guy, you're probably stupid at sometimes. I'm sure there's times where you throw money at the car, buy parts, and it just doesn't work. So you're like, hey, let's do this again. Let's spend more money and go slower. But my issue was the transmission. So the Corvette, I bought the car in 2016. Bought the car in 2016 used. I'm the third owner or second owner. I don't remember. I don't care. Doesn't matter. But when I bought the car, it already had a small cam in it. It had a Yank SS 3200 converter. Car was incredibly slow. It ran, I think it went like 11.7 at like 117 or 11.8 at 117 for being a cammed LS3 with a converter. It's horrible. So then I had a tuner retune it, and the car went even slower. The car wouldn't shift, and he told me it was making too much power for the transmission. Remind you, this is my first automatic car I've ever owned, so I knew nothing about 6L80s or anything. So I was like, okay, I heard GM transmissions suck. I guess this transmission just sucks. And then I did some juggling on the interwebs, and you know, I see dudes running 9s making a lot more power than a small cam car with stock transmissions. So I'm like, I just think this dude's an idiot. So I got back on the interwebs and started finding just reading about 6L80 cars. Found a tuner, pretty good tuner. He tuned the car, and first time out, after he got it to work right and shifting and everything, a couple logs, first time out, it ran 10s and picked up 10 mile per hour with just a tune. So it dropped almost a second and picked up almost 10 mile per hour just a tune. So obviously the tune on the car was horrible when I bought it, and horrible when a tuner charged me a lot of money to retune it before I knew anything about, you know, the LS3 stuff or automatics. So this might be a long rant, so I'm trying to gather my thoughts. But, you know, I'm just editing the video and trying to give you guys a rundown. So that transmission ended up blowing up because, you know, 6L80s are great when you maintain them. When only one person, or the only person that's tuned the car has been a competent tuner. So I did what everyone does, and I bought a transmission off eBay, off of Wreck Corvette, threw it in the car, and it worked for about a year, and then broke it. Lots of nitrous, just killed the converter, or not the converter, but the transmission. Yeah. So then, what did I do? I got back on eBay and bought another transmission because, again, once again, I'm stupid. So who would have thought a $600 6L80 shipped? That's $600 shipped. 6L80 wouldn't last a while with shifting at over 7,500 RPM and making some pretty good power for being an all motor car. So before the current combo, the car went 10.2 at 135 with a smaller cam and a lot less compression. So, and that was like a negative, I think it was like negative 1800 DA or like 1500 DA. But still, a cammed LS3 car running 10.2 at 135 is pretty impressive. It's making some steam for an actual street car, not a cam only car that weighs under 3,000 pounds and doesn't have anything that a normal car has in it. So, you know, has a bigger cam now, more compression, changed torque converters twice now. We're back on the original one that I went 10.2 with when it was a smaller cam and made a lot less power. But, you know, first time out with the car in this combo, we went 10.1 at like 133. The DA was right around 0. This week, the DA was around 1,500 or 1,100. It was positive DA, so, you know, not good for the interweb records. So all those dudes are always, you know, let me go rent their track on Christmas when it's negative 40 degrees out and I have to prep it every 5 minutes because it's so cold you can't get anything to hook. But hey, we're fast. But yeah, so this week was a normal week. It was like 75 degrees out, wasn't cold, wasn't any super magical crazy DA, and we went 10.3 at 100, and I think it was like 134.9 or something. I don't know. You guys saw the time slips if you watched the video. So yeah. So the reason the car is 60 footing horrible is because the transmission is binding up, which is what happened the first time I broke a transmission when I broke a torque converter. Something inside just binding up, and like didn't matter what I did to the car. If I launched the car at 2,000 RPM, 3,000 RPM, 1,000 RPM, it didn't 60 foot at all. When last time out with this converter, the car was doing 1.4 60 foots spinning the tires, so this time it didn't even try to spin the tires. But yeah, so I'm gonna get the transmission rebuilt so it's a fresh to me transmission, because it doesn't make sense to keep trying this with used transmissions that I don't know the history. I don't know if they've been tuned, you know, basically just going in blind. Where my SS makes over 700 horsepower, has 90,000 miles, the transmission's never been touched, and it's only been tuned by one person. So it doesn't make sense. My car that makes a lot more power, a lot more torque, and weighs almost 1,000 pounds more, that should be the car breaking transmissions when they're the same transmission. Not the lighter car that makes less power keeps breaking transmissions. So, I mean, it could be the tune. I don't know. But then you think about other cars, transmission and brake too, since I'm tuning them both. But I've also sent the tune to multiple other tuners. I've sent it to transmission builder companies that, you know, have to bless off on your tune essentially to warranty transmissions. And they've all said it's hard parts issues. You know, I'm definitely not the best tuner by any means. Nowhere close. There's way better tuners than me. But I don't think I'm the worst. So yeah, I'm stupid. And I was just out there killing my transmission. Because once I looked over logs, like, it's binding up on the shifts. It's shifting slower. The RPM dips even worse on the shift. Like, just nothing in the log looked good. Like, it wasn't getting hot, so that's cool. But either was my last transmission that broke. It would just randomly let go mid-pull. So I've already talked to a couple different transmission builders. Ones that, from what I've gathered, and from cars that I've worked with their transmissions, they're pretty good. So I'm going to get a transmission built and try this again. Well, not built, but just rebuilt, factory stuff, because a couple of them I talked to said it's pointless, which I also agree. Why would I build a transmission to handle this power when my car makes more power and is heavier and makes more torque and is driven more? That transmission's never broke because it's a fresh transmission. We bought the car from the dealer. The only one that's ever touched that car is me. So yeah. But thanks for watching the video. Hope you got some enjoyment out of my stupidity. And I'll have a new converter, a new transmission back in the car pretty soon. Hopefully. This year. Maybe. Thanks for watching.